He's in. We would like that. So I
Hmm.
think like someone like maybe Scott Walker, not maybe like I've been a Scott Walker
Hmm.
fan for a long time, and he has surged in lots of polls after his speech in Iowa. What do you think about Scott Walker?
Oh, I love the guy. I think he's amazing. Yeah, and he is. Yeah, I've had my eye on him for a very long time. Partly just because I love making fun of the Wisconsin Union morons on Twitter, but
Oh,
but he was a good cudgel to hit him over the head because he's lost again or he's won against them three times, right? But no, he's great. I really like the guy, and one thing that I really like about him is that he's a college dropout, and that is so
yes.
awesome because that annoys and frustrates liberals to no end. Like they believe that
Absolutely.
education is the only key. Like they really believe this. And I think this makes a real this marks a distinction between conservatives and liberals. Liberals believe that education is virtue. As long as you're smart, then you are the best person in the world, and that is insane. And I think conservatism, historically, philosophically, for more than 1,000 years, has said no. Virtue is what makes you good, and you can be the dumbest guy in the world and still be wise. You can still be, book foolish, and be wise about the world and wise about people. They don't understand that, so that's why they think Obama is the best person in the world, because just because he went to Harvard, just because
And because he
uh,
thinks he's the smartest guy in the room and he doesn't have to
yeah,
listen to
exactly, right,
anyone, the generals,
exactly,
whomever.
right. There is a vast difference between wisdom and knowledge, and they think that knowledge is virtue, and I think conservatives think otherwise. But that's why I love Scott Walker, because he's going to be able to draw that out of him. You're gonna hear that if he's our nominee, you're going to hear it every day. Some idiot liberal is going to deride him for being a college dropout, when half of America is going to be like, "What the hell? So what? So what? Like, so am I? Or I never went to college.
Results,
What am I? Am I
results.
worthless to you? He really draws that rancor out of the idiots on the left.
I love the idea of non-Ivy League, and then the fact that he
Yeah.
didn't graduate at all. It's just great. Now to transition that, and I, by the way, for me, a huge issue thinking about the 2016 deal is the first term senator, because thinking about Walker or Jindal or Martinez or Pence or Haley, all governors. For
Hmm.
me, the optics of I have run a state. This is what I've done. These are the things I was confronted with, and this is how I was successful. Is a story that neither Pocahontas, or Mike likes to call her Liawatha, or Hillary or Biden, if he's the guy. None of the three of them will be able to have any response to that narrative.
And
But
look, it's just not the optics. I think history bears that out. Governors generally have done better at the presidency than have non-governors.
sure, because they're non-political legislators.
They've
But this
run
is
stuff.
right. This was all set up to my question. Then moving to the other side of the aisle, soup. What do you see? I mean, I am I've toyed with the idea of maintaining a level of depression, thinking that Hillary will be our next president. And I just don't, I just don't, despite the election that just happened in November, I think Hillary's going to be our next president. What do you
Uh,
think the other side, the liberals, who do you think they're going to come up with as their candidate, and what do you see happening?
It's hard to think that it's not going to be Hillary, just because the rest of the bench is so old and so weak, in all senses of the word. I mean, they're throwing up what's his face. Oh gosh, what's the senator that they all love? Not even Liawatha, but gosh, I forget his name. Bernard Bernie Sanders, right?
The
Who, I mean,
Vermont socialist?
yeah,
oh,
yeah. I mean, they're seriously acting as if he's going to mount some kind of campaign. I mean, it's insane. But she has this popularity about her. Clinton does that I think just makes her, the nominee for them. But I think that's good news. I mean, she's very popular. She doesn't have any competition. I think she's going to get in there. But I'll tell you what, I think what people are misreading is that the left always makes fun of conservatives for banging on her for Bill and Monica. That whole thing. They're like, oh, it's old news. Nobody cares anymore. It's old news. I'll tell you what. For new voters, it's not old news because they didn't go through that the way we did. And so for the younger generation, they have no idea about this stuff, and I think once they find out, once this is this is put out more in the media, they're going to be shocked and surprised, and I think a lot of them aren't really gonna be into it, So I think she is going to be the nominee right now, barring any huge obstacle. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think we can beat her.
Okay, let's rewind the clock to 2008, 2007. Everyone believed, Soup, what you just said.
That's right.
We might as well not even have primaries because Hillary is going to ascend to the throne and everything will be well. And then, after the nomination, then she will become president. That didn't happen because usurper on the streets of Chicago came along and derailed her, and the media got behind him, and we know what happened. The same thing is kind of in the background, not background, but early on, let's just say that, happening right now. Grassroots liberals, left-wing liberals, are fired up about Elizabeth Warren. I read a couple of stories about this today. Whether or not she defeats Hillary, that's probably a long shot, but it's not going to be a march to the coronation for this woman. She's a terrible campaigner. There's baggage. I don't know. What do you think?
there's a moral baggage, and there's also social baggage, right? I think they're both kind of in trouble because Hillary she looks so old, and she's just getting older, and I don't think people are ready for that. Now, here's the problem: is you're right. I thought the same thing 6 years ago. I thought, you know what? I kind of think McCain's going to win because I don't think America is ready for a black president. Not that I think most people are racist or anything like that. I just thought we weren't ready for it. Now, the thing is, race is different from gender. I mean, you can definitely hold the view that there's... It is. Yeah, as much as Obama would like to legislate that gender is just another race, I think that's what they're going to try to do. But you can hold to the idea that certainly that all races are equal and they're alike in every other respect, but sure. Or in every respect. But you can't say that about gender. I mean, you're just a complete moron if you think that. And I think if they push that line, that is going to drive people so crazy that there's no way they're going to vote for her. I mean, there's a real significant difference between the genders, and I don't see that people are going to be able to overcome that. And then, like you said, with all her baggage, I mean, it's just insane. But she's still popular. And
exactly, and
I think she's popular enough to get to the nomination. She's not popular enough to get to the big show.
Bingo. And the question remains, what has she ever accomplished? Ever. And she can't describe it. Supporters can't describe it.
Mike, I've got 2 words for you. I have to interrupt you, dude. I know you're going to pontificate, but there are 2 words. Cattle futures.
Well, exactly. By the way, when I had a financial firm, I used to joke about that, Hillary and cattle futures, but the woman has done nothing.
Yeah. No.
Well, I mean, she successfully killed Vince Foster without anybody knowing about it. So there's that. You got to give her that. I mean, what a great cover-up. That was incredible. But no, that's true. I think no matter what, we're always going to have the media against us, and they're always going to bolster the Democrats' right. So we just have to accept it. Like we can bitch about it, definitely. We can complain about it, and I do, but because we have to make it clear to those people who deny it to show them how biased the news is. That's a given. And so you have to ask yourself, what kind of person is going to be able to overcome that? And then how are we going to be able to poke through that? And I think with Hillary, there's a lot of cracks in that campaign. There's a lot of people who are just sick of her, who don't like her. The Clintons have screwed over a lot of people. I think this is true of Bush's and Clinton's. The dynasty. It's not that Americans aren't about dynasties. We kind of are, but the upper echelons, after a while, a dynasty screws over so many people that you're just not going to keep it going.
Exactly, which is the difference between us and Great Britain. I've said multiple times, there are just not in the country, but Democrats as a subset want the Clintons to ride off into the sunset, never to be seen again. And I'm not sure she's a lock for the nomination.
I would say that I would agree with you because she's kind of weak too, but there's no one else that's better. I do not see Elizabeth Warren coming up. I mean, whatever you might say about her, she's no Barack Obama, man. She is not a good speaker.
She's not at all.
Apparently she's only like a few months younger than Hillary. So she's just a more extreme version of Hillary that doesn't have the machine behind her. Well, good luck with that.
But the very fact that Democrats are like looking for an alternative to her, that's not a good thing for her.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, on the age
thing,
but
it's good for us that they're reaching out to an extremist. That's great for us because she's even worse than Hillary. So
Absolutely.
Right. On the age thing, Hillary will if she wins the nomination, when she takes the presidency, she will be the second oldest ever, and will be older than Ronald Reagan was when he took office.
Wow. Right.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew that. So, Soup, we've only got a couple minutes, and I've got your blog up here, your awesome Super Mexi site. We're not going to get to your awesome article about the Vox thing, but two things. Oh, sorry?
Racists, all of you.
Yeah, exactly. All of
us. We
are. Now, so we've just got a couple minutes left, so I want to give you two opportunities. Number one, tell people where to find you, and if they don't follow you on Twitter, obviously they need to. I mean, God, watching you, I was sitting at a coffee shop writing a couple of articles during the Grammys, and obviously you completely and totally owned Twitter during the Grammys. So tell people where to find you, and then obviously I do not want to end this segment without you giving you an opportunity to tell us what your real name is if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, you can find me at marcorubio.com. No, I'm just kidding. It's supermexican.com. And that's supermexican.com. That's with 2 O's, not a U. And then the same thing on Twitter, just to exercise your spelling muscles. But yeah, no, I very much appreciate your letting me be on. But I think I'm going to keep the mask on for a little bit because there's too many people after me.
Mask, by the way.
What's that?
So now, is there a story behind the double O's and not a U, or is it just clever?
It's clever.
Wow, whoever said that, I think that's the story. Yeah, it was just an accident, like it really was. When I started Twitter, the thing about it is it's if you look up Super Mexican with a U, you're going to find all sorts of different places. So that makes it unique to me. But no, I don't even know where I came up with it because people called me Nacho in college. I don't know. It
worked, man. But hey, listen, Soup, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Really appreciate it, guys.
Gotta come back.
See you later, man.
All right. Dude,
yeah, that guy, the night of the Grammys, his Grammy commentary on Twitter was absolutely laugh out loud hysterical.
He is hilarious. Not only brilliant, but hilarious.
Yep, absolutely. I cannot believe that we've just blown through another day, brother.
We have, but blown through it in a spectacular way.
Yeah, and now, folks, tomorrow we've got National Review PJ Media writer Michael Walsh is going to be on with us. This is the Right Mics. This is Michael Hausum for Mike Miller. Buenos noches.
This show is produced by IJReview.com.